Welcome to the channel, people. I'm Seb. This is To Live Is To Suffer. I'm recording out here in sunny Jamaica. Today I'm going to go through reacting to a video. I'm going to give a link to the description about winning in the morning and routines before 8 a.m. So let's get
Back to On
straight.
Purpose. Today is about...
Hold on. When I say let's get straight, I'm supposed to say let's get straight into this and then click on the video, but obviously I don't have my production team here working really well, so let's get straight into this again. Let's go.
how to reprogram your mind before 8 a.m. I want to share with you the most practical, science-backed morning routine that I could find, and I actually tried myself. Here's something nobody tells you about your morning. The first 60 to 90 minutes after you open your eyes is, neurologically speaking, the most programmable window of your entire day. Your brain is literally in a different state. It's transitioning out of theta and alpha brainwave patterns, the same frequencies used in hypnotherapy, into the wake.
Virgin, you're speaking too high level here. Alpha, theta patterns. This is the first time I've watched this video, so I don't know what this man's going to say. But straight away, you're trying to blind me with science. But let me hear what you got to say still. Let me hear what you got to say.
In beta state, you'll spend the rest of your day in. And what do most of us do with that window? We hand it over. We pick up our phone, we scroll through someone else's priorities, someone else's outrage, someone else's curated highlight reel.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
And we wonder why we feel behind before the day has even started.
Yeah, that's
Today,
true.
I want to share the most practical, simple, genuinely achievable morning routine I've found. One that I tried myself.
So why didn't you just open with the statement like that, saying that we can all understand that, instead of going into science-backed routine, beta, theta, beta blocking stuff? Just tell us what it is. Come with it straight.
One built entirely on neuroscience and peer-reviewed research. And I promise you, there's no ice baths at 4 a.m., no 2-hour rituals that require monastic training, just 6 small, surprising, science-backed steps that take about 45 minutes total.
And I want to hear what you've got to say. If it's simple, I want to hear, because nothing in life to achieve any greatness for a man is simple. So I want to see what hacks that you've got. But I'm invested now. I'm making the video. I'm invested. So I want to hear what the brother's got to say.
Anyone, night owls included, can start tomorrow. And here's what I love about each one. There's a clear reason why it works at a biological level. When you understand the mechanism, you're not relying on motivation. You're working with your brain, not against it. Let's get into it. I know mornings are something we all struggle with, and I want to be honest, I've struggled with them as well.
Of course.
It's not easy for me to wake up energized and early.
No.
Sometimes I want to stay in bed. Sometimes I want to scroll too and end up doing that as well.
It's true.
And so I've worked really hard on developing some of these habits that have changed the way I feel. I want you to go through your day feeling ready, energized, and prepared. And I found that when we do certain things, we actually end up doing the opposite. So
Hold on 1 second. Yo! Don't go so close with the jet wash. You'll ruin the paint, yeah? Step back a little bit from the jet wash, and then jet wash the vehicle. Yeah. When you're out here, you can't get good staff out here, man. But brothers out here washing my cars, detailing my cars. But sorry, interrupting the video. Go on with the science,
Let's start with the most controversial thing I'm going to say today.
Let's go.
Hitting the snooze button is one of the worst things you can do for your brain in the morning.
Yes, I agree. Hitting the snooze button. I don't have a snooze button. Yeah? Stay away from the snooze on the iPhone. That will snooze forever and ever and ever and snooze and snooze. I got one of these Whoop watches and it just vibrates one time. Yeah? Like burp, 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 burp. Just vibrates to get you up. There ain't no snooze. Once you turn it off, there ain't no snooze. The snooze is the pathway to hell, man. There's no greatness on the other side of the snooze button. I agree with that wholeheartedly. In the morning, do not have a snooze. Just have one alarm and wake up with one alarm only. And when that alarm goes off, you know what you do? Put 2 feet on the ground and say, thank you, Lord, for waking me up for another day. And then laugh at the devil and say, you lived another day when the devil couldn't get you. That's what you should do when you wake up after your alarm. Say, just chant for the Savior and chant against Satan, and then rise and hit the ground. Yeah.
Here's why. When your alarm goes off, your brain is finishing its final sleep cycle, usually REM sleep. the phase critical for memory consolidation and emotional processing. When you hit snooze and drift off for another 9 minutes or 9 times, your brain starts a brand new sleep cycle that it cannot possibly finish. You're essentially fragmenting your sleep into useless chunks. Research on sleep
research on sleep is very, very important. Sleep recovery is very important. Sleep patterns are very important. REM sleep is absolutely critical to emotional, stressful, and physical recovery. You don't want to be breaking your REM sleep, which is your rapid eye movement sleep, which is the deepest sleep. It's the time when your body and your emotions and your brain actually carries out all of the repair. So be careful how you disturb your REM sleep and how you get into infrequent levels of REM sleep. I agree with this wholeheartedly. I endorse this message so far.
Inertia, that's the scientific term for that groggy, disoriented fog you feel after waking, shows that fragmented sleep from snoozing actually worsens cognitive function. We're talking about slower reaction times, impaired memory, and reduced executive function. You're not getting rest in those extra minutes. You're creating neurological confusion. The internal clock, controlled by a tiny brain region, gets conflicting signals, and the grogginess can linger for hours. So what do you do instead? I'm going to share something with you. It's a little weird, but I want you to try it. I want you to try something called the future you is calling alarm. Now, I've never loved the word alarm.
What is he talking about? Let's go.
Alarm, because we think about alarms as a fire alarm. When there's an alert, when there's some danger. Imagine you actually shocking yourself to wake up out of danger. But try the future you is calling. Before bed, record a 10 to 15 second voice memo pretending you're you from 6 months in the future. It could even be that morning. Not motivational fluff. Make it oddly specific and slightly dramatic.
So I am a great man, looking sexy, looking handsome, feeling good, smelling good, walking tall, walking strong. Wake up, boy, and go get this. Okay, that's my kind of message. I hear you.
For example, hey, it's you. I'm literally standing in the kitchen of the life you wanted. Don't hit snooze. Today is one of the days that got me here. Also, you still hate rushed mornings, right? That's just an example.
Or you can say, I feel unstoppable today and nobody is going to get in my way to achieve my goals and my targets and my successes. If you've got to feel some type of way out there as a man, try to feel unstoppable. When you go through the index of emotions that you want to feel in 6 months' time, say you want to feel truly unstoppable. That's what great men are. Absolutely unstoppable.
Example, set that recording as your alarm.
I agree.
And here's why this works. Your brain doesn't expect your own voice. It breaks the autopilot. Future you creates curiosity instead of dread. It reframes waking up as time travel, not obligation. And you can put your phone outside your bedroom and only allow yourself to hear the ending of the message.
Let me tell you something, guys. When I'm doing these podcasts and I'm researching the topics, and I have to listen more in detail to a lot more podcasts what I'm covering, because I'm actually covering it for commentary. So I'm learning so much as well. It's not just, normally I've got this kind of stuff on my TV in passing while I'm on the laptop working, while I'm sending emails, while I'm walking through the kitchen or various parts of the house. But now I've got to actually sit down and listen to it because I'm providing meaningful commentary on it. And there's actually a good amount of stuff that you can learn. Like, I might try this app. I'm going to go away after this and look for and search for that app and see what it feels like to put a message 6 months, a year, even any time into the future as a wake-up call for myself. I think I'm going to try that. It sounds pretty good.
Message if you stand up and walk to it. What I find fascinating about this example is that we're completely tricking the brain, right? Usually you think we have to force ourselves out of bed. Usually we have to find a way to get that energy. When you hear your own voice in the morning that says, it would mean so much for us to wake up right now. Because if we wake up right now, we'll actually be really happy. Because guess what? There's a voice in your head telling you, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. And we're not strong enough to fight it in our head. And that's why the alarm does that for you. Right? Having an alarm that's your voice telling you the reasons you want to wake up, the amazing day you want to have, the life you want to build. to encourage you specifically
I agree.
is actually allowing you to externalize that powerful voice, that motivated voice, that conscious voice before the subconscious takes over. The subconscious is saying, just like...
Okay, now you're getting too deep in the weeds, homie. Come on, get us out of the weeds and just keep it high level.
Hit the snooze button, sleep in more. It doesn't matter. It won't make a difference. And your conscious mind at that time is switched off. It doesn't have the ability to fight back. So use your conscious mind to create a conscious alarm. I also want you to seriously consider moving your alarm across the room if you need to. The physical act of standing upright.
I agree with that one. I endorse this message. I never thought of that. You can move your alarm physically to the other side of the room. So when the alarm goes off, you've got to get up to go over there just to turn it off. And then by that time, you're already awake. I might try that. It's really good. Well, I won't try because I've got it on the watch. But I mean, I would give that advice to other people. So literally, if you're struggling to get up in the morning, put your alarm on the other side of the room, and then you physically have to get up. But then what if you live in one of them little box rooms and you can reach for everything? But that don't matter anyway. Yeah, we're talking about men trying to be great men here and they got homes, yeah?
It triggers a blood pressure change that signals wakefulness to your brain.
Well done, I like that
But the voice note alarm is key. It's a micro decision that becomes a macro habit.
Good man.
Step number 2. Now you want sunlight in your eyes, the free drug.
Yes, you need to trigger your circadian rhythm. You need to wake up in the morning and get the sun into your retinas, into the center of your eyes. Like when Superman, he charges up by going up and getting direct sunlight in the air. Yeah, that's what we need as humans. We too are Supermen in our own right, in our own construction. That's where possibly where the concept came from, how Superman actually gets empowered, because we too as humans are empowered by charging from the sun. It's like photovoltaics, yeah, PV systems, solar panels. They charge from the sun. We as humans, we charge from the sun too, right directly into our spirit through our retina eyes. That's what absorbs those sun rays.
This might be the single most impactful thing on the entire list, and it costs you absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Within the first 30 to 60 minutes of waking up, get outside and expose your eyes to natural sunlight
see it there?
for 10 to 20 minutes.
Wow.
Now, I know that sounds like a long time. You could
10 to 20 minutes is a long time. Don't go out there and blind yourself with 10 to 20 minutes, yeah? What do they put those caveats at the end of in these videos? This is not medical advice. So I'm putting that here as well. This is not medical advice, yeah? So careful. I don't know about going out and exposing your eyes to 10 to 20 minutes of sunlight, but I do know you should wake up in the morning, stand up and look directly into the sun for a brief period of time. As long as it's not harmful to your eyes and it's not discomforting to your body, then you should really open your eyes and look directly into the morning sun. As far as I'm aware, it's not just sunlight all the time. It's the sunlight in the morning after you've just woken up. That mix of cake, that blended mix of ingredients of you just waking up, just coming off of REM sleep, just coming off of repair sleep, and then you're opening your eyes and triggering that sunlight into your eyes. I think it's that cake mix that has the ingredients that give you the boost in the morning. But it's not just, you can't just walk around looking into the sun at 1 p.m. in the afternoon and think that that's how you're triggering your circadian rhythm. It's something to do with when people used to wake up in the morning, hundreds of millions of years ago, because humans have been on Earth that long, that when they wake up with the sun and they go to sleep with the dark. Whereas now we go to sleep past the dark because we've got lights and entertainment and TVs and phones, and we wake up past the morning because we can oversleep now because we've got different working patterns and life patterns. So we're out of our prehistoric human circadian rhythm, which is rising with the sun and falling with the fall of the sun as well. So we're out of that circadian rhythm. So that's what we're trying to trigger back into our human cells.
You could have your morning coffee. You could do a small workout outside. You could pace and take a phone call if you wanted to. Not through a window, ideally. Not through sunglasses.
Yeah.
Outside with the light hitting your retinas.
Yes.
Here's the science, and it's genuinely fascinating.
That's it,
your eyes contain specialized cells called intrinsically photosensitive retinal ganglion cells, or IP.
This man is a scientist. cool down on the science. My audience might not be so technical, yeah?
RGCs, if that makes it any easier,
No,
that
I
have
don't.
almost nothing to do with vision. Their job is to detect ambient light and send timing signals directly to the part of the brain that's the master clock I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
That signal does several things simultaneously.
What does it do?
First, it triggers a healthy pulse of cortisol.
Okay.
Now, before you panic, cortisol gets a bad reputation.
Cortisol does have a bad reputation. So if you're going to tell me cortisol has a good reputation, I'm going to learn something new, but I'm willing to learn something new every day.
As the stress hormone.
It is.
But the morning cortisol awakening response is not the same thing as chronic stress cortisol.
Okay.
Research published in multiple peer-reviewed journals shows that this natural morning surge, which peaks about 30 to 45 minutes after waking, promotes alertness, supports immune function, and sets the emotional baseline for your entire day. About 77% of healthy people experience this response, and light exposure amplifies it in the right direction.
Okay.
Second, that same light signal tells your pineal gland to start the 14-hour countdown to melatonin production.
Okay.
That means morning sunlight doesn't just help you wake up, it directly programs better sleep tonight. It's a 24-hour investment disguised as a 15-minute walk. Third, and this one surprised me, research on office workers found that those who got significantly more bright light exposure before noon scored substantially higher on cognitive performance tests after just 5 days.
Well, that's good. I mean, let me round him up here. This man, I'm going to leave a description with the video link to the original video in the description of this video. So I'd like to summarize. First of all, if you reach this far in the video, then absolutely fantastic. The only payment that I ask is a freebie, which is hit the like button and the subscribe button to this channel. Secondly, this man's made some good points. I think I'll summarize them quickly. That if you're struggling to wake up in the morning, you can set an alarm that is further away from you in the room, so when the alarm does go off, you physically have to wake up, walk to turn off the alarm. That changes your blood pressure, changes your alertness. Your body's now upright, walking, mobile. You stand more of a chance of now getting on to do the things that you need to do in your day rather than just walking back to bed. He's saying try not to go back to bed with the snooze alarm. I know that that's difficult. It does create unstable sleep patterns, which do mess with you and cause you to be groggy at the end of the day or the start of the day. And then last but not least, he's saying go out there and get some sunlight directly into your retinas in the early part of the morning. That triggers your circadian rhythm. I think these are all good points. The man did blind us a little bit with science, but apart from the science, he gave some really fantastic insight, and I was happy to watch the video, and I'm happy to react to it. And I think I'm even going to go away and try that the thing he mentioned. I'm going to go and research it, where you go and actually have a voice recording alarm, and that triggers, and you can give yourself a positive message about yourself in the future. So I'm Seb, this is my channel. To live is to suffer. Thank you for getting this far in the video, and I'm gonna drop a couple more videos while I'm out here in between time, things I got to do. Take it easy.